Hi everyone, Renelia here. I am very excited to be doing my first made project for Kitaholic Kits. Today I've got a double page project life layout for you. And this is a page where I actually used pretty much two papers. First of all, that beautiful, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a watercolor pink and orange and yellow paper that we got. And then also this rainbow paper. Although down the track, I do pull in a third one. Now, as always, I'm going to start with my title page, and I'm changing it up a bit this week. For the first time, I'm not actually going to put the dates on there in the traditional way with the date stamp. I am going to use that little die cut that came in the die cut pack, which I really like, and I'm just going to circle the dates of the week, and I'm going to circle the month. And I like that that came in there because it's a bit different but interesting. But what I started with, I took a label from the sticker sheet and I stuck that down. I stuck the date die cut on top, and now I'm stamping week 15. But I don't like this color actually in the end. I do change it, and you'll see that in the final photos that it's more of a dusty pink. I ended up using a Distress Oxide instead that I just liked much better, just because that pink was a bit bright. Although here it looks fine. But I'm keeping that card pretty simple. I am going to just add those two elements and then just a tiny little sticker because I was obsessed with those little phrase stickers from the Heidi Swap sticker sheet. Now, often when I am working in my project life, I jump around a lot. I've tried to avoid that in the past when filming project life videos, but I think today I was just in the element when I was filming this. I was actually in just a very crafty mood, so you'll see me jump around a lot. I apologize for that, but I'm essentially documenting the weekend before my birthday and the week before my birthday, and we did some birthday celebrations in the week before with my friend, and then we went to stay at a hotel. It was like a very nice weekend. So I am making sure to document that, and I just loved all the earthy colors, but the pinky earthy colors in this kit. I'm using vellum tape on that piece of vellum, by the way, and it doesn't show through at all on this particular vellum because this vellum is quite thick. Anyway, so I was very excited that I could use that this kit because it had these beautiful dusty pinks, mustard colors, the light blues. It was just, as you can see, I don't think I've ever had a layout where the kit matched so well in terms of colors. So that's why I was in a very crafty mood today. I think Steph did just such a fantastic job putting it all together this month. Anyway, back to what I'm doing. I didn't really have any journaling to add to that particular card, so I just added some vellum, a little label to have a shelf for that vellum dreamy phrase, and then a little love heart to fill out that blank space. Now moving on to the other side of the spread, this picture of my daughter at the water fountains in her little mustard bathers, and I loved that Love You vellum piece, but I thought it'd be fun to put it sideways and do some sideways journaling and add something a bit different. I use my tiny attacher a fair bit throughout this entire layout as well, just because I wanted to create a bit of texture, that visual interest. I don't think I do any stitching on this particular layout. Oh, I also added another little tiny phrase sticker. You're going to see me do that a fair bit. Now I'm moving on to this card, which I am going to cut down and just mat on top of that peachy coloured paper, which matched very well with the colours of the earth. I love the blues, the dark navy blues as well, because they match my daughter's dress. So I used that little happiness tab, and I'm just going to do a bit of a wonky, put it on there sideways just because it's fun. I loved that one of the cards in the die cut pack was actually fit perfectly in the pocket, so it gave me a lot of journaling space, and because it matched the entire vibe of the kit, it was just a really good way to add a bit more bulked out journaling and so you'll see me do that a bit later. For now, I'm embellishing this photo. I loved that tag. I loved that rainbow. I'm also going to add a little sentiment, a little sticker, I think. Yep. And I fiddled around with this a bit. I'm cutting out most of it just because I didn't need to watch me do this 1,000 times, but I do fiddle around with it a bit. I like where it ended up. Adding a bit of pink string to that little tag, which is something I'm going to do on the other side as well. And then I'm going to stick that down and call it done. Oh, I'm adding the stapler as well. Again, for that visual interest, but also to really secure that string, because it's quite a slippy string and I didn't want it to come out as time passed. Now I really like how that looks, and so I'm going to move on. Oh yeah, here's a bit of that fiddling that you see. Oh, I'm securing it with another stapler as well. I didn't realize I did that. It's probably too many staples. Then now I'm going to do that journaling. So this was Easter Monday, and I'm doing some journaling about the Easter egg hunt that my parents did in the forest across the road from their house for my daughter. And it was just such a nice Easter egg hunt, and then we had a little picnic. It was just a perfect day. Moving on to this card of my friend and I, she treated me to a mystery picnic day out in the country, which was lovely. But she started off, we had some breakfast, so I wanted to repeat some circle elements. So I'm using some of the stickers and the die cuts to do this little circle cluster. And I really like how it turned out, and it kind of covers up all of the cutlery that we had. It does cover up our food as well, but I felt like the table didn't look quite so pretty as what I wanted it to. Now I'm going to do a bit of journaling on this card, but first I'm going to add these two little tags that are going to go face different ways. I love the tags. I don't know why, but I just thought they were a fun repeated element in this particular layout. And I'm going to layer them, and I'm also going to layer them with a label. And then I'm going to write on the label about my day. I think it's incredible that Steph gave us an entire sheet of labels, because I use labels in almost everything I do, in every single project. So the fact that I just have that whole sheet just made me so happy. So thank you for that, Steph. I'm sticking that on with glue because it was right there. And then I'm going to cut down the string, because obviously this is going in the pocket, so it can't be too wide. And I'm going to add a little rainbow sticker as well. One thing I regret doing, which you'll see down the track, is because I was jumping around so much, when it comes to embellishing that picture of the cake, I embellish it and I put a rainbow sticker down as well. But it wasn't until I put it back into the pocket that I realized it's right next to the existing rainbow. So if I had planned it out a bit better, I probably wouldn't have done that. But there's nothing I can do about that now. It's done. I'm moving on. One thing that really annoys me about these page protectors, and they were just made this way, is that for the 4x3 or 3x4 cards, they are just so, one of them or two of them are so small. I have to cut like half an inch off the 3x4 photo or 4x3 photo, and then one of them is so giant. It just annoys me that the spacing didn't work that well, which is why I can't switch those cards around, because then one of them will be flopping around in the pocket and the other one wouldn't fit and I'd have to cut it down. Anyway, moving back to what I'm actually doing some more embellishing. I said I use that sticker that life is an adventure, or sorry about that. The life is an adventure die cut on that photo of my friend and I embellished the photo of me with pink hair with the sticker that says all smiles, because I was all smiles. Keeping that one pretty simple, just that little sticker and a heart. I was going to embellish the picture of me, the three photos next to each other, but I decided in the end that that wasn't necessary. What now? I think I'm doing the picture of the cake now. So you'll see that I am... I struggled with this picture. I put this label down and then I realized it was a bit off center. And then I realized I'm actually covering some of the cake. So I had to cut it down, and then I was like, okay, but it's a rainbow, so I have to add a rainbow, because it was a rainbow cake that my friend accidentally made for me. She didn't accidentally make it for me. She just misunderstood. I mentioned in our group chat that I liked rainbows, and so she thought I was asking for a rainbow cake. And so she made me a rainbow cake, which was really nice of her. But yeah, so I was starting to panic when I was doing that, because I was like, what am I doing? Why am I just covering up this old cake, but it was stuck down because these stickers stick very well. And so I just decided to cut out the whole photo in the end and stick it onto another piece so that really it focuses in on the cake. So I took that flower 3x4 card, which is actually cut down from one of the bigger pieces of paper. That was one of my favorites from this month as well. And I actually like how it looks if it wasn't for the fact that those two rainbows are right next to each other. Add a little sticker, doing my journaling, my head's in the way, I apologize, and then that card is done. I really like this sort of label, but it didn't fit really onto a 3x4 card, but I cut it down, and you can cut it down enough to fit onto that card without taking away any of the actual writing on that particular label. So I was very happy about that. Doing a little cluster down there, and I'm gonna do some fancy stapling. I already did, where I do like a little plus sign with the stapling, and I'm checking that and it doesn't fit, so I'm just gonna cut that down a little bit more. Again, didn't have to worry too much about cutting into the actual writing. I did the journaling on that one, and then I think this is the last thing I'm doing today. I'm just going to add those two 3x4 cards to make one card. Just use washi tape to add them together, because the tape that I put on these labels, I'm going to stick the two photos together that way, so it was just more to hold it in place. This is not really going to be a detailed story. All I'm going to say is just write like one word or something from what I remember. Or we're staying at this place. Adding another little love heart there because I've added them a few places throughout the whole layout. And that is all done. Yeah. Okay, layout's done. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in a few weeks for my next project. Bye.